Perfect. So, those of you that know me, hi, good to see you. Those of you that don't know me, my name's Colin Bradford, and I'm with Keller Williams. I've been a realtor for about 15 years, and I also have a coaching and consulting company as well called Real Consulting, and I'm the productivity coach for Nova Scotia office. So part of what I like to do is I like to bring relevant trainings to the market centers, but also when we do a training, it's important about the content for sure, but I also like to leave the training with some implementation. So for today, there's going to be a lot of content. It's a lot of it you probably have heard before, or, if you've taken a lot of the Keller Williams, the Keller Williams courses and whatnot. But what I'm doing today is, and unfortunately I can't be there, but what I'll be doing today is really starting from the first step, right? The first thing that we need to manage and control, which is all about our mindset for success. So some of you are brand new, some of you have been in the business for a while, and those of you that have been in the business a while, I'm sure you can relate to, some days heads in the game, and some days you're kind of like, why am I even doing this, right? What am I doing it for, and whatnot? So I can't see anybody, but I feel that you're shaking your heads. Yes, Colin, we feel that. So I'm speaking from experience as well, and that's kind of why I find some of the topics that I do teach, the real life stuff. When you run a business, it's not about textbook. Yeah, we have the MREA book, which gives you the foundational pieces and the models and systems to implement. But then what it is a lot of it, we're all different, right? So what we like to do within the coaching program is to take the models and the systems and adapt it to your personality. But everybody has a mindset. So today we're going to be talking about your mindset. Before we get started, is there any questions or anything that you guys want me to cover or make sure that I cover? Is there anything that you guys want to talk about before we dive into this?
Everything. Just cover everything. Cover everything. Yeah.
Like, what's the magic pill for selling houses, right? Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you, so you don't have to see my big furry head and face today. I was out shoveling my house the last 2 days because it's been ridiculous here. Please don't judge me for all the tabs that I have open. That's how my brain works. There's lots open, but nothing actually runs at high.
That actually is making a lot of us in the room feel good.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I get that a lot. They're like, Colin, how do you do this? So one of my strengths, and I like to say it's a strength, is that I can accomplish a lot of things at once. Okay. A lot of people say, well, what's your one thing? I'm like, I got a lot of one things. It's just I prioritize them. So anybody that's been to my trainings before, I do enjoy a workshop environment. So very interactive, ask lots of questions. Those of you that are in the room, please, speak up so we can hear. And anybody that's online, please put your hand up or come off mute, interrupt me, and or even just put in the chat if you have any questions going on. Okay, I'm going to be using a lot of examples, and then I'm going to ask, does anybody have an example that they'd like to share about certain things? Because one of the things about Keller Williams, and even just in the way I train as well, we learn so much from each other. So I enjoy sharing stories and experiences that we've had, because it'll help the other person. And just like what I said, we got lots of things going on up at the top of your screen. Not everything's running at full tilt. And then Janice, was that you, Janice? I think it was. It made you feel a lot better. So just let you know, I'm not alone, right? So I feel better now that I've shared that with you. Cool. So we're going to dive in to this. Like I said, I own a couple of companies, and I am a certified DISC trainer, and I'm part of the John Maxwell leadership team. So I do a lot of behavioral studies and profiling. I'm actually doing a purpose workshop in New Brunswick this next Friday, I think it is, and I'd like to bring it to Nova Scotia. So if there's anybody that's interested in finding their purpose or finding their why, let me know, because I'm happy to, put that into part of our training, and or even it's kind of outside of the Keller Williams world, but I'd like to maybe even piggyback it off of something else, which kind of helps us get in connection with our purpose, why we actually get out of bed in the morning, those types of things. So today we're going to talk about the foundation of success in real estate. So it's literally, the things that we need to control within our mind, so that you guys want the magic pill on how to sell real estate. Well, this is it. There's multiple pills, just so you know. It's not just one. So what we're going to do is, when we embark on this journey today, we're going to dive deep into the heart of what makes a real estate professional not just survive, but truly thrive in the competitive environment. And it all starts here, okay? The power of your mindset. So understanding the power of the mindset, okay, let's talk about it for a second. It's the bedrock of our success. But what does it really mean? In the realm of real estate, where every day presents a new challenge, your mindset is the most valuable asset. It's about seeing beyond the immediate hurdles and recognizing the vast sea of opportunities that lie ahead. If you've been to a training and it's like, or you've done some deals and you feel like, maybe you get kicked in the gut, or your buyer's lost on a multiple, and you start questioning your own abilities, right? When we start to create the negative mindset, everything else in our world starts to become negative. But have you ever heard of people say, look for the good, look for the learning opportunity, look for what did I do better? Now you just clicked yourself. When you can create that mindset, you click yourself out of the negative side and you put it into the positive side. It's like, okay, so we've been kicked around quite a bit. What can I learn from this? So we want to start asking the questions. But when you create a powerful, or when you can harness the power of your mindset and understand truly that your mind controls everything, like it controls your actions, your results will exponentially grow. Okay. There's a couple people that I'll quote. Jack Canfield is one, and we're probably going to quote him a couple of times here. He wrote the book, or didn't write the book, but he collected the stories of Chicken Soup for the Souls. And one of the things that he always says is that, if you think of crap, you're going to be surrounded by crap. The more crap you think about, the more you're going to pile on yourself. But if you switch in your mindset and you visualize positivity, you live in gratitude, we're going to get into that, you're going to be surrounded. People will start come into your life that have the same mindset as you. Okay. So we want to imagine for a moment the scenario that you're faced with a client. You just can't seem to they can't make up their mind. A growth-oriented mindset sees that it's not a frustration, but an opportunity to refine their persuasion skills. So we need to learn patience and innovate in how we present options. So number two, we're going to talk about a little bit, is the role of gratitude, discipline, confidence, and routine. I call them the 4 pillars of mindset. Okay. So when you can live in gratitude, it's on the foundation of mindset that we build professional pillars. Gratitude, because of gratitude, discipline, confidence, and routine. Each of these pillars play a critical role in snapping not just our professional lives, but our personal life well-being. So gratitude, for instance, it isn't just about being thankful and celebrating the big wins. It's about appreciating the small victories, the learning experiences, the growth opportunities. It's what keeps us resilient and grounded. So does anybody here have what we call a gratitude journal? We're going to get into, when we start to create our routines towards the end, the gratitude journal is going to come up. Okay. And one of the things I always say within the coaching program is, if you can live in gratitude, if you're struggling with living in gratitude, I just want you to write down 3 things. Usually it's in the morning when you first get up, so you can set your day off. sometimes I encourage my clients to do it before they go to bed as well, like throughout the day, reflection time, right? What are you thankful for? What are you proud of that you did? And then in the morning, you wake up and you start the day with a positive mindset. You're thankful. Sometimes some clients is like, Colin, I don't know. I'm not thankful for anything. I'm like, are you thankful you got up today? They're like, yeah, absolutely perfect. Because we can live in such a dark place, especially in our businesses. People say we're surrounded by people all the time, but I've heard of lots of people, and I've experienced myself that real estate is a very lonely business. And when you think you're at the bottom, you're not, because there's a trap door at the bottom, and you lift it up, there's a whole other level below it. So when you can surround yourself and live in gratitude and share gratitude, it'll help you pull yourself out of those dark days. Okay. I'm not going to be here and say and smoke up everyone's butt saying the whole thing is, rainbows and unicorns, business is wonderful. It's not, it's hard. And being successful comes sacrifice. So I want to make sure that you understand when you start taking what's in your mind and putting it on paper, you start to transition. Okay. So discipline, we move on to discipline. So discipline ensures that we're not just reactive, but we're proactive. It's about measuring your schedule, ensuring that every action we take is a step toward achieving our goals. Those of you that run your life off of lists, right? Have you ever felt like you completed your list, or maybe you had so much stuff on your list that you had such a busy day, but at the end of the day, you kind of sat back and you're like, I don't feel like I accomplished anything. Again, I can't see anybody, but I can feel your heads nodding up and down. What's that?
We're appreciating how positive you are when you can't see anyone.
Yeah. No, that's good. Awesome. So we want to make sure that when we're proactive, like, and this is when we're disciplined, this is the crux of success. Okay. There's a really good book out there by Angela Duckworth called Grit. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I would highly recommend you read it. It talks about in one of the chapters the difference between civilians, I call them civilians, just regular people, and a professional athlete, or amateur athlete and a professional athlete. And the difference is discipline. At the end of the day, a professional athlete does the boring things. They do it when they don't feel like it. They get up, they go to the gym, or they practice. Even successful business owners, the same mindset. It's the discipline. There's days that, I guarantee you, your top agents and your top business owners, there's some days they don't want to get out of bed, but they get up. And they're disciplined with their routines, and they're disciplined with saying no, and they're disciplined with the distractions of saying no to distractions. And it's interesting, they would sacrifice things today for benefits tomorrow. So one of the things that I'm very disciplined in is my learning. Okay. I like to learn. I'm very learning based and very growth based. I don't read for fun. I read to learn. So when it comes to reading, and I'm not a good reader, I'm not a fast reader, so I need to actually be very conscious of my discipline for reading. And what I do is I take out the information that I want so I can implement it into my goals. And if I don't feel like it's serving my goals, I move on to the next thing. Okay. So discipline is again another pillar of success within your real estate world. Confidence. So confidence is our shield against inevitable rejections we face. Anybody get rejected in real estate yet? We on the daily?
Oh, I thought I heard a no here, but
Oh.
Instead of a no.
Yeah, right. No, everybody loves me. Of course, everybody loves you. Sometimes, the rejections come in forms that we don't know. Maybe we don't get a phone call back. Or maybe no one answers the door when we're knocking. What? Not, I door knocked. What do you mean you don't want to sell your house today? It's a rejection, right? So I want to make sure that, we use confidence to shield the inevitable rejections we face. If you have the mindset of, I'm going to go lead gen today and I'm going to get rejected 80% of the time, just that's your mindset. It's like, I'm going to be rejected. You're going to be able to build that confidence to plow through making those calls because you're already expecting it. Certain personality types, and those of you that have done the disc with me, and I'm going to bring the disc back probably next month, just so you guys know. I'm working with Janice and Maureen to really fill up that calendar for things that are relevant, and I feel the disc is super relevant for what we're doing. Certain personality types, like the I's, like myself, our biggest fear is rejection. So again, we need to be really conscious and proactive on our confidence, not egotistical. There's a big difference. No one wants ego, okay? But we want you to be confident. Now, in order for some of us to be confident, we have to know everything about the topic, right? Before we talk. Or we need to know about the numbers or the trends so by knowing that about yourself, take the time to learn it so that you can have the confidence for speaking, for rejection, okay? But we need to build it through preparation and knowledge and the small successes that we accumulate every day. So, because for every 10 rejections, you're going to get one agreement, okay? Or one yes. So every 10 no's, I always say, every 10 no's, you get a yes. So plow through the no's as fast as you can to get to that yes. Okay? And finally, routine. A well-crafted routine is like a personal roadmap to success. It aligns our daily actions with our larger goals, ensuring we're consistently moving in the right direction. Who runs off of a calendar? If you're not shaking your head, please shake your head.
Yes,
If you
yes.
don't run your calendar, if you don't have a calendar, please start using one. Okay, because again, you start to create your routines. And routines, some people call them whatchamacallit? I lost my. So there's routines. What do professional athletes do before a game? Tony Robbins does it. It's a routine before he goes up on stage.
Warm up, the training.
Yeah, it's not
Not
a
it.
seance.
Fair.
What's that word? Anyway, it's literally a routine. He does it the same thing over and over and over before he goes on stage. Anyway, it'll come to me, I'm sure. But the key is when you start to put these things into your schedule, right, into your calendar, it becomes you create habits. Everyone has heard of the 66-day challenge, right? You do it for 66 days. You're building new habits. Another great book by Hal L. Is it Hal? No, who? Atomic Habits. We can send you the links to all these books, but Atomic Habits is a great one because it actually teaches you how to get rid of old habits and introduce new habits. And part of it is making sure that, when you're introducing the good habit, it's like, what is it replacing? So for instance, if you want to drink more water as a habit, right, or part of your routine, one of the tricks that he says he booby traps you to do it is, if you drink a lot of coffee in the morning, before you go to bed at night, put a bottle of water beside the coffee maker. So when you wake up, drink the water before you have a cup of coffee. And then what you do is you do that for 66 days or a period of time, and you just start drinking it. So the routine becomes, and I know we all have a bedtime routine and we all have a morning routine. And if you have children, we force our kids to fall into these routines, because if they fall out, how is their behavior? However, as adults, we're not that disciplined, right? We're just kind of like, well, I don't want to go to bed at 10 o'clock tonight. The Oscars are on, or the Grammys are on tonight, or the Super Bowl's on tonight. I'm going to be up till 1. No. If you create the routine, and you got to be disciplined, okay? So let's talk about transforming challenges into opportunities. So in our line of work, did I skip? No, I didn't move. Okay, hold on. There we go. So transforming challenges into opportunities. So in our line of work, as certain as a sunrise, here's where our mindset truly shines. Okay, with the right mindset, every challenge becomes a stepping stone to greater success. If we start to look at, you know, the brighter side of things, or the opportunity within that, or the lesson learned within that challenge that we face or obstacle. So think of it like navigating a ship through stormy seas, like those waves. Each one of them is a challenge, but skill, resilience, determination, you'll learn to ride them out, not just to survive, but to emerge stronger and more skilled than before. So I want to leave you with this thought. Every challenge you face is an opportunity in disguise. It's a chance to learn, to grow, and excel. And it all starts with the mindset. So moving into this slide, okay, embracing gratitude in every sale. As we progress to the next crucial element of our winning mindset, let's dive into something that might seem a bit unexpected in a cutthroat world of sales: gratitude. So it's not just about saying thank you. Like I said, it's a powerful tool that transforms how we perceive our work and our lives. It's about recognizing the value in every experience that we and client interact, and yes, in every challenge. So one of the things that I do as a real, I don't do it as much. I'm kind of, it's funny. Somebody asked me like, how many houses do you sell? What do you do? I'm like, I actually threw this out the other day, and I was like, I kind of like that. I feel like I'm semi-retired in real estate because my focus is more on the coaching side and less sales side. So it's interesting because I still have my real estate license. I still do some trades, but my passion is this stuff. So one of the things that I do and what I talk about, I did it more back in the day when I was selling at high levels. If I was in a challenging situation with another realtor, I would send them the nicest email. And then I would send them a thank you card for such a, you know, I know it was a trying transaction, but, you know, and it took away all the crap that agent and I had between each other, because it was just, we were trying to, one, our egos were getting in the way. We were, you know, yes, working for each of our clients, and we just had really negative mindsets towards each other and towards the transaction. And I learned this from my coach at the time. He's like, send them a thank you card to the agent. I was like, okay. Completely changed my attitude, and everything else behind that started to change. My relationships with other agents in the office, you know, my energy with my clients, like everything was connected to that. So I want you to think about how can I start my day with a gratitude exercise. So imagine starting each day with a list of tasks, but with a moment of gratitude. The simple exercise will shift your focus from what's missing to what's abundant. So suddenly the day's challenges aren't obstacles, they're opportunities to create value and to make a difference. So gratitude is an incredible power to change our lens of the world. A deal falls through. Well, that's an opportunity to redefine our approach. The client gives tough feedback. That's a gift, a direct roadmap of how to get better. It's about seeing the silver lining when it's not that immediately apparent. So if someone asks you, and I know some agents are actually afraid to ask and provide surveys, tell me how I did, because they don't want the hard truth, potentially. If you're thinking right now while I'm talking, if you're thinking about, man, I wish I probably should be calling those clients that I haven't called in 3 months, or maybe a year, or maybe 3 years. What do you think that they would say about you right now? And how, take that feedback, and how would you change that? How would you flip that? Maybe it's worth a gratitude text. Maybe it's worth a gratitude. You know what? Say, you know what? I haven't talked to you in 3 years. I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that when we worked together 3 years ago, it was probably one of the greatest moments of my real estate career. And I really like I really like our relationship. And I know we drifted apart. How can we reconnect? You know how good that would feel for them and for you. And you probably get a deal from it or a referral, who knows, right? So just remember these types of things. I want you to also look at celebrating your wins, even if they're big, small, okay, big or small. Let's not forget to celebrate a win, no matter how small. People that are in the program or have been in the program, you'll hear me talk about, you know, I know we're all tied to the results. How many deals can I do? How much revenue can I make? How much profit can I make? Yeah, profit, profit, profit. I get it. But what about celebrating the fact that you just went out and knocked on 50 doors today that you never did before? Celebrate that. That's a task. That's an exercise. You got to celebrate those wins because that's what's going to give you the confidence and the energy to go and do it again. If you're just saying like, oh, I just did 50 doors and I didn't get anybody. Excuse me, I didn't get anybody. Well, again, negative mindset, you're not going to do it again. Okay. Now, I'm not saying go out with 20 feet of snow out there and go door knocking. I don't suggest you might get lost. But there's other ways to do lead generation and celebrate these activities, okay? So I want you to celebrate each win, each positive outcome as well. It's a testament to your effort and skill. Acknowledging these moments will fuel and drive and reinforce your sense of purpose. It reminds us of what we do, okay, and why we do it. So I want you to look at implementing gratitude into your daily routine. I know it seems small, but the impact is profound. It builds resilience, fosters a positive work environment, and most importantly, it takes the journey towards success as rewarding as the destination itself. Those of you that are here, I hope, and I'm pretty sure you are because your office does show up all the time. Every month you guys do an office meeting and I'm on it. And every month you guys fill each other's buckets. There's a perfect opportunity for you to live in gratitude. Okay. Where you get on the mic and you thank someone else within your office, another agent, the admin staff. You know, I know the girls there, I know the people there, I know they all work their butts off and we couldn't do what we do without them. So even if it's just that, I just want to thank Aaron, for sending out that email. Just want to thank Alicia for this. I want you to take those moments and really fill that bucket. Okay. Because yeah, you're doing it for them, but I want you, when you do it, I want you to feel, I want you to write down how you felt in that moment of sharing gratitude. And then do it again. It's like a hit of dopamine. You're gonna do it again, do it again, do it again. Okay. So let's explore how we can do this daily, okay? So practical steps in cultivating gratitude. One, you keep a journal, okay? First, consider simply a profound practice of keeping a gratitude journal. Keep it by your bed. Because like I said, I want you to write it either before you go to bed or when you get up in the morning or both, okay? So picture this, every morning before the rush day begins, you take a moment and jot down 3 things you're grateful for. Could be significant as closing a challenging sale or as simple as, oh, I got peace and quiet for 15 minutes. I have a 5-year-old. I love my time without her. I love her to death. And this morning she had to get her first filling. Oh my God. I sat in the car for 15 minutes after and I was like, thank goodness. Thank goodness I got quiet time. She was a trooper. Took her to the dollar store and yeah, she's happier in the clan. Okay. So I want you to celebrate those things. Okay. This practice centers your mind and gives you a sense of positive tone for the day ahead. Share your gratitude with clients and team members. A lot of posts on social media. Here's a perfect example, okay? A lot of posts on social media is all about, look how great I am. Look how many sales I did. Well, you're celebrating the fact that you did your job. But what if you shared a gratitude moment? I'm very thankful for the opportunity to work with this couple. I feel lucky. You were able to do this and this and this and this, and they were able to get the house of their dream. Not, I sold this house in 4 hours, look how great I am. Okay, because now you're feeding your ego, you're not feeding your mindset. Big difference, okay? And I'm sorry if I offended anybody. You can still do what you need to do, but that's just personal opinion. Sharing your gratitude with team members. Like I said, you do it once a month with your teams, with your coworkers, with the admin staff, with your leadership group. The one thing about leaders, and this is for the ALC, and not just the ALC, but your leadership group. Leadership, and I do leadership training, a lot of it, leaders. It's a very lonely world up there as a leader. It's a choice. We're not born leaders, we choose to be a leader. But one thing I've noticed with leaders is no one ever asks the leaders how they're doing. Their job is always to ask how everybody else is doing. But no one ever asks, so how you doing? So if you're going to be able to share some gratitude, go ask one of your leaders, somebody on the ALC, how you doing? That again will help you feel really good, but you're also going to make their day. Okay. I want you to reflect on your growth and the lessons learned. So finally, at the end of each day, take a moment and reflect on your growth. What did you learn that day? Gratitude isn't about being thankful for the good. It's about appreciating the journey and the challenges included. You've heard the quote, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Right? What are we trying to do here? What are you trying to win? Real estate and running a business is a journey. There's no end to it. Our jobs is really try to stay in it as long as we can, right? Or at least create wealth and a legacy that we can pass on. You're not going to win in business. You're not going to win in real estate. Yeah, you'll win some awards, which are goals, but then you got to do it all over again. So the key is look at it as a journey and have that mindset. Okay. So it's about being thankful for the good. It's about appreciating the journey and the challenges included. The reflection not only fosters gratitude, but also a mindset of continuous improvement. It may seem that they're small shifts, but the impact is transformational. It's more about just feeling good and about creating a foundation of positivity, resilience that elevates your personal life, but also your professional life. Okay. How we doing? We okay? Just check on time. Yeah, we got lots of time. So mastering your day with discipline. Who's like knocks it out of the park with discipline? Who let's come off mute and say, yeah, Colin, I'm 100% bang on with discipline. It's kind of a loaded question. Right? I kind of know already. So as we pivot to this critical pillar, I want to discuss something every high achieving sales or real estate professional knows to be true. The essence of discipline in structuring our schedules. It's not about filling every slot in your calendar. It's about prioritizing, focusing, and executing in a way that aligns with our deepest goals. As a coach, and I've had more than 20,000 hours in coaching, I've asked a lot of questions and I've asked a lot of you guys questions. One of the questions I always ask is, Donna, because I see your name there, is this best use of your time? And I'll wait, and Donna will think about it, and Donna will be like, probably not, Colin. Is it in alignment with your goals? Well, not my immediate goals. Okay. Well, let's prioritize this activity and see where it falls within your daily schedule. Right. One of the things we talked about with Angela was something similar about training. You can be in training every single day of your life, but you can become a professional student. You need to have the discipline to prioritize the training that's relevant to today, but also you need to be able to say no, not today. Maybe not no, but maybe not right now. Okay. It takes a tremendous amount of discipline because I want to show up to all the trainings. I want to support the teachers. I want to support the office. I want to support the agents. But if it's not serving my goal, I have to, unfortunately, say not right now. I got to do something else. Okay. So the essence of discipline is it's in the structuring of our schedule. So let's start the bedrock of discipline, a structured schedule. Imagine your day as a canvas. So if you don't use a calendar, I would highly recommend either you get one that you write in, or you use your phone, or you use your computer, whatever it was going to work. If you need to use a napkin, just use something, okay? But it's a blank space. Now, discipline, it becomes a masterpiece of production. Structured schedule is your blueprint. It outlines not just what needs to be done, but when and how. It prioritizes your tasks based on their impact, ensuring that your efforts are always moving closer to your goals. Time blocking for proactive tasks versus reactive tasks. Okay, so now we're going to talk about time blocking for proactive tasks and reactive tasks. This is where this is where we draw clear lines between proactive and reactive. So we want to look at those that drive us forward, like prospecting, client meetings. Reactive tasks are like emails, administrative work. By allocating specific blocks of time for each type of task, you ensure that most important work, your revenue-driven work, gets the focus it deserves. It's about being proactive, not just busy. Okay. And what about prioritizing high impact activities? This is where the true art of discipline shines, because it's easy to get caught up in the urgent over important. Anybody, I've probably done this exercise with all of you, where you draw a line down the middle of the page and want to cross, and we look at what's urgent, what's important but non-urgent, what's not important but urgent, and what's not important, not urgent, and then we fill it in. That helps us prioritize. Okay, if you ever want to do that exercise with me, please let me know. I'm available. That exercise changed my life, and I do it weekly. Okay, high activity activities are those that significantly move the needle forward, like strategic planning, relationship building, and personal development. These are tasks that may not scream for attention, but they're the keystone for long-term success. And what did I say before? Our jobs are to stay in the business for a long time. We're not going to win business. Our goal is to stay in it. Okay. Implementing disciplined, structured schedules might seem daunting at first, but remember, discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And as it strengthens, so does your ability to make deliberate, impactful choices on how you spend most of your precious time. Time is a resource that we'll never get back. So once it's gone, it's gone. Okay? We'll always get more clients. We'll always make more money. But once time is gone, it's gone. Okay? So with the foundation of discipline in place, we'll explore how these principles, how we can apply these principles to build a schedule that not only reflects our personal ambition, but also respects our personal well-being and growth. First thing I always say when we're doing time blocking is let's book your time. And then we book our family's time. And then we book our business. Most of us get so busy doing this, doing that, all this stuff, and then there's nothing left for us at the end of the day. So how do we grow? How do we improve our skills? How do we keep our energy up? All these things. I've fallen into this trap personally. And what I do is I do certain trainings and I talk to certain people in my life and I go back to living in gratitude and I'm like, hey, Colin, snap out of it. Get back on the horse. Get back to the routine. Structure yourself, because I thrive in structure. I thrive in chaos, but it's got to be structured chaos. Okay. And that's what running a business is. Cool. So crafting a schedule that works for you. So there's techniques, there's tools and techniques for effective scheduling. So first, let's dive into the tools and techniques at our disposal. So we've got digital calendars, traditional planners. The key is to find a tool that resonates with you. I always say, I don't care what the tool is, just use a tool. Okay. And then some people call me a tool. Like, well, you're the tool. Hold on. It's not just about the tool, it's how you use it. So if you're a person that needs color coding, use color code. If you're someone that needs reminders, set reminders for your priorities. And scheduling buffer times between the appointments can transform a simple calendar into a dynamic guide for your day. So what I do, and we all have clients, right? I would say we all have clients, and there's some clients that take our energy, and there's some clients that give us energy. So what I do, and it's very strategic, is if I know this client is going to take my energy, it's going to be a hard conversation, or it's like, nah, I'm not really into it. I book someone that gives me energy right after or before, so I can get through that call. It's none of you guys by any means. I love all of you, so you all give me energy. But we all have these buyers and we have these sellers that kind of like they're phoning me right now, and they're kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't want to answer the phone. So I take the call, I do that, they suck all my energy out. Then I call Janice Ching. Okay, Janice, I need some energy. Let me know. Feed me, right? So you need these people in your world to be able to help you with this stuff. Okay. The power of saying no to distractions. I always say it's the hardest word to say, and it's the smallest word to spell. Okay. Now, on to critical, yet often overlooked aspect, the power of saying no in our quest to be productive. It's easy to fall into the trap of saying yes to everything. And there's a few of you on this call that I'm talking to right now. By saying no doesn't lower your value activities, but you're saying yes. Are you saying yes to your goals, and you're just saying yes to other people's goals? Are you saying yes to your well-being? Are you saying yes to ultimately your success? So by saying no, you start to say yes to those things for yourself. And if you keep saying yes to everything, well, it's going to take energy from you, and you can't serve others. Everybody on this call, I would put money on it, got into real estate to serve other people. But if you have an empty cup, you can't serve other people's cup. You can't pour into their cups. So that's why it's really important for us to say, yeah, you know what? You can be nice about it. You just be like, not right now. Maybe another day. Or I'd really like to be part of that, but I've had previous commitments. And that previous commitment could be just yourself, 15 minutes to read a book or to watch a video or just go for a walk. Okay. And finally, the importance of regular review and adjustments. A disciplined schedule isn't set in stone. It's living, it's breathing plan that adapts as you grow. Every week, priorities change. Fires need to be put out. And as you get busier and busier, your calendar starts to get more full and more full. So weekly reviews allow you to reflect on what's working and what isn't, and how your priorities have shifted. This isn't just about staying organized. It's about staying aligned with your evolving goals and ensuring your schedule reflects that. So crafting a schedule is like arts. It's like there's an art and science to it. So it requires understanding your priorities, recognizing your own limits, and being flexible enough to adjust as needed. It's about making time for you, not against you. So as we move forward, remember that the goal is not to be busy, but it's to be productive in a way that leads to fulfilling, sustainable success. Let's take these principles and build a routine not only that drives professional achievements, but also enriches our lives outside of work. So cultivating confidence in your skills and values. Who's got a fear of rejection? Where are my eyes in the room? I am one, so I can speak from experience to this.
I think most of us in the room here are raised our hands.
Yeah. So stepping into the next chapter of this journey, right, we find ourselves face to face with indispensable pillar of success, which is confidence. It's the fuel that powers our actions, the belief that propels us forward, even when the path is unclear. What's the word? There's a couple sayings I've heard. On the other side of fear is growth. I think I've heard that. On the other side of fear is greatness. Richard Branson always says, you get to the edge of the cliff, jump, grow the wings on the way down, right? Just do it and you'll figure it out. But a lot of us, Prince A actually has a video of, and I watch it and I share it all the time. And he talks about 100 people, were 100 seniors that were, in palliative care. And they were asked the question, tell me, what did you regret most in life? And 100% of them said, it's not what I regretted in my life or what I did. It's what I regret. The regrets I have is what I didn't do. And we don't do a lot of things because we lack confidence. So if you're afraid, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What is it from my childhood? What is it from my past? What's my fear from rejection? What is really going on here? And how can I overcome it? I need to learn more to be confident. So I need more skills. I need more knowledge. I need to know the trends of the markets. I need to know the numbers. I need to know recent sales. Okay, great. I need to know Keller Williams language before I can teach a class. Okay, great. Learn the language, learn the content, get up in front and teach. So when you put yourself into those positions, this is what I really want, but I'm afraid. Ask yourself, do I have the resources, and how do I get past it? Okay. So let's start with a challenge we all face in real estate, which is the fear of rejection. In real estate, no is a word we encounter daily. Like I said, every 10 no's, I get a yes. But if I told you that each no brings us closer to a yes, confidence allows us to see the rejection not as a step back, but as a step forward. So it's about learning from each interaction, refining our approach, and facing a new opportunity with a renewed determination. I am determined to get a yes. Even if you get 100 no's. Ask one more time. Okay. Confidence is not just feeling, it's built on the foundation of knowledge and preparation. So many of us do not prepare properly. We don't do scripts classes. We don't do deal training, command training. All these things will give you the confidence because you know about it. And it's our practice time. Any professional athlete out there, they practice more than they play. An athlete, an Olympic athlete, how many times do you think a figure skater's on the ice per week? And how long, right? Every single day, probably 8 to 10 hours a day for 4 years. And then they go and do a bunch of competitions that are all practice for the Olympics. Then they get their 3 minutes to compete. That's it. Sprinters, same thing, but they run for like 8 seconds. But they practice every day. We as business owners, we don't practice. So in order to get the confidence, we need to practice. We need to develop our skills and we need to practice. So understanding the market, mastering negotiating techniques, staying informed about the industry trends, these are tools that will help you build your confidence. And when we know our domain inside and out, confidence naturally flows. It's the difference between hoping you can help your client, and knowing you can help your client. So let's not forget about the importance of celebrating successes, okay? Recognizing our strengths. Each sale, each satisfied client, each hurdle we overcome is a testament to our abilities. Take a moment. I want you to reflect on these. I want you to write down, what are the things that I've achieved in the last 3 months? Nova Scotia, all you Nova Scotianers, you guys have been beaten. The province has been beaten this year. And you guys are still going. You're still driving. You're still supporting. You're still sharing. You had to deal with fires. You had to deal with floods. Now you know the worst snowstorm ever. And you guys just keep going. Okay, and you're stronger for that. Take that, harness that, and put it into your business, into your personal life. That'll give you the confidence because you guys, as a province, have overcome, trial and tough times. So I want you to celebrate that. Hug people about that, So take a moment and reflect those, celebrate them. It's these kinds of victories, the big, small, that remind us that value and bolster our confidence. cultivating confidence is a journey, one that requires persistence, resilience, and self-belief. It's about embracing our successes, learning from our setbacks, and moving forward towards certainty that we have skills, the knowledge, and strength to achieve our goals. As we build confidence within ourselves, we also need to consider what we foster in those around us, our clients, our colleagues, our communities. Because when confidence spreads, it lifts us all, creating a network of success that extends far beyond the individual achievements. So here's some strategies. Again, take from the content, let's strategize, let's put them into play, okay? So here's some strategies. You need to do positive affirmations, not the ones you lie to yourself. Like, and I know I'm going to knock Keller Williams on this, but you know, one that Bold always says, I think they actually changed it, but where they say, I'm a money magnet. Well, I am not a money magnet. I am actually the opposite. I actually spend a lot of money. But I know my positive affirmations, I know that I'm going to work my butt off today to make money flow into me. Okay. We need to visualize it as well. I'm not sure how many people on here watch UFC fighting or know Conor McGregor. He's a UFC fighter, but he's one of the only guys that won the world champion in 2 weight classes. And he beat guys that were way bigger than him and a bunch of guys that were in his weight class. And people asked, he was interviewed once and he literally said, like, people asked him, how'd you do that? How'd you win the championship within less than a minute? And he literally said, he goes, I've been visualizing this since the match got called, since I was told. I visualized me winning. I visualized every single move, so if he did this, I did that. If we moved there, he did that. And then I returned this. And within a minute, he got the victory. That's the power of visualization. Jack Canfield actually does a very powerful visualization exercise. You know, when we can visualize and we can literally put ourselves in the position, we start to feel the same feelings we would as if we're really won already. Now it's just acting it out. But if you already get there by visualizing, super, super powerful. So that's one way you can help boost your confidence. As we build confidence within ourselves, we also need to consider that we foster that in others around us, in our clients, our colleagues. When we become confident, it spreads, it lifts us up, creating a network of success that extends far beyond our individual achievements. I think I read that already. So, but by having established a profound role confidence plays in our professional lives, we shift the focus to the practical side. Okay. So these are the things that we want to do on a daily basis. Another one is continuing to learn and self-development. So confidence is closely tied to competence. The more proficient we are in our field, the more confident we feel. Would you agree? So dedicate time each week to learning. You are with Keller Williams because we are a learning company. We are a growth-based company. You know, there's a tremendous amount of work that goes into bringing you guys the content and the material so that you can implement it. You got to show up, but make sure that it's relevant to where you are. Because again, we can get into these calls and be like, yeah, I just going because there's training at the office. Well, it's on how to build a team. Well, if I'm not looking to build a team, I don't need to be there, right? So I want you to be really, really specific about the ones that you go. And if there's a topic that you want to see come to the office because maybe you see a gap or there's a hole or you're personally interested in it, bring it to Maureen or Janice or myself or any of us, leadership, and we will definitely bring it to you. So I want to make sure that that's super clear as well. Okay. So then, and finally, seeking feedback and learning from the setbacks. So when we learn from setbacks, it can't be overstated. It's natural. It's natural to feel shy from feedback, especially when it's not all positive. However, embracing feedback, seeking it out, even is a sign of confidence in itself. So how am I doing? Am I rambling? Yes, I know I ramble. I get that. So every time I train, I try and do less rambling. However, it's really hard for me not to. So it shows that you're committed to growth. Okay, and it shows that you believe in yourself and your ability to improve. So when a setback occurs, view them as lessons, not failures. Each one teaches us something valuable, building our resilience and in turn our confidence. So implementing these strategies into your daily routine will transform you, the way you view yourself, but also your capabilities. Your confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build over time, day in and day out, through your thoughts, through your actions, and through your reactions. We're almost getting there. Check the time. We're at time. So if you guys can bear with me for another like 5 minutes, we'll call it a day. We're good?
Okay, good.
Okay. So as we pivot, I want to talk about the magic of personalized success routines. So the components of a winning routine. So let's begin by examining the components of a winning routine. A truly effective routine balances personal tasks and professional tasks. It includes time for market research, time for client meetings, but also time for your exercise, for your reflection, your personal growth. Imagine starting your day with a clear mind, a focused intent, thanks to the morning ritual. That's what it's called. It's a ritual. That might include meditation, reading, or or a physical workout. This isn't just preparation for the day, it's laying the groundwork for long-term success. A well-designed routine enhances your productivity and your focus. By allocating specific times and specific tasks, we reduce decision fatigue and increase efficiencies. Decision fatigue is a thing. I only wear black socks. You'll notice I have 100 of them because I can't make the decision on what socks to wear with these jeans or this outfit or this or that. All black. I went out and bought 100 pairs of black socks. Because decision fatigue is, have you ever gotten home and you're so tired and your partner, spouse says, what do you want to eat? And you're kind of like, I don't know. What do you want? And they're like, I don't know. What do you want? And then it gets exhausting. Right? It's like you don't have the energy because you've been making decisions all day. The last thing you want to do is make a decision about dinner. Set it up, do a meal plan, right up, take it away. So you don't have to think about, oh, Thursday night is taco night. Awesome. We're doing it. Okay. How routines enhance your professional and enhance your productivity and focus. Like I said, real estate's a marathon. So it's not a sprint. So we want to integrate these activities that help our physical or mental and emotional health daily to ensure that we're not just successful, but fulfilled and resilient. Whether it's spending time with family, pursuing a hobby, or simply resting, these moments of personal well-being are what sustain us through the challenges and triumphs of our careers. Right? Balancing work with personal well-being, like I said, you need to craft your personal with your business so that you're rounded with a fulfilled schedule. That's the same one. So first and foremost, I want to talk about, identifying your peak periods of time, right? So when you're developing this, again, stepping into when do I have my peak productivity periods? I know Gary Keller says, lead gen in the morning. It's great. Or I know there's a couple other trainers and coaches that say, own the morning, own the day. Great. But if you have a 5-year-old, you do not own your morning. Okay. I'm sorry, you don't. Your 5-year-old owns the morning and you're just kind of adapting to whatever she wants to do. Been there. I'm there now. However, my most productive peak productivity periods is literally from 10 to 3. That's when I can get a lot of stuff done. Okay. So I shut off everything and I work and I get as much stuff and the hard stuff that's going to take a lot out of me. People on my team, we talk about lead generation. I don't say you have to lead generate between 9 and 11. I'm like, when are you up? So one of the girls on my team in Toronto, she lead gens in the evenings. She goes to networking events, she goes to parties, she does her cards, she does 5 different lead gen activities, but from the hours from 8 to midnight. Awesome. So we identify what they are and we put them in the calendar. Okay. We want to incorporate your physical and mental health activities on a daily basis. And we need to adjust and refine your routine for continuous improvements, like we talked about already. So we want to embrace a mindset of a champion. So like I said, the journey of continuous growth and improvement, we want you to stay committed to your goals and your values, and we want you to focus on building a legacy of success through your positive impact. No one wants to deal with a negative Nelly. No one wants to be around that person in the office. Share your wins, share your challenges, and learn from each other. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. I will be next time, as long as there's not a Mother Nature kicks their butts again. Please feel free to reach out to me directly on any of this stuff or my coaching program that I have. I'm happy to bring all of you in and learn more. Any questions on any of that stuff?
No,
It
that's
was
it.
great.
Thank you, Colin.
Was it okay? Did you learn anything?
Yeah, it's really wonderful.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we learn a lot. I just make a notes
Good. I
and
know I
try to
talk a
implement.
lot, but
Yeah, no, I try to implement in my real estate career. So
awesome.
thank you, Colin.
No
Thank you.
problem. All right, guys. I'll
That was
stay
Thank
on
great,
for a couple
Colin.
minutes
Thank
if
you.
anybody wants to ask questions.
Thank you, Colin.
My pleasure, James.
I'm definitely going to try and implement the weekly review of my time blocking.
Yeah. Working the boys in. You got to work the boys in somehow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Colin.
My pleasure. Good to hear you.
Thank you, Colin. So nice to
Hi.
hear your voice again.
Good to hear yours too, Donna. I miss you.
Yes, I'm just getting back into the jig.
Awesome. I'm excited for you.
I'm going to make an appointment with you.
Good. Please do.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you. That was awesome.
Thanks, guys.
That was
Love
really
you.
great.
Love you guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Sounds good. See you.
All right. Ciao.
Yeah.